we still have a lot of opportunity, and we have to look forward instead of backward.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
What do you see as some of the wins in economic development in Lawrence County over the years that you've been involved?
So Neshannock Commerce Park and all of the development that has occurred there, which is basically in 40 years in the making. It does take time, but you look at Burner International. I think maybe you were here just a couple weeks ago when they had the solar panels, but that producer of air curtains and relocating there and really building that business has been great. You also have New York Blower, which is adjacent to Burner International. They have expanded and grown tremendously, and they produce industrial fans. Ferguson Perforating is another one that's there in the Neshannock Commerce Park. They came in probably in the late 90s, and they've been great as far as continuing to have their business established here and employing people. Finally, the soap plant. I don't know if you ever were there. It was one of the first speculative buildings that was produced in the 80s and 90s. And the company that has been in there now for the last 30 years almost, I think 25 years, is dedicated to making soaps that can be used to clean all kinds of buildings throughout at least the country, if not the world. Sometimes people don't realize the international flavor of things. I know Burner has facilities up in Canada. They do work all over the world too. We have Augustine Pizza and Pizza Joe's, Joe Seminara's corporate headquarters there at Neshannock Commerce Park. And then finally, another one that's really interesting is Keystone Compliance. Keystone Compliance has its one building there at Neshannock Commerce Park, and I think they test boxes for Amazon maybe there. And then Keystone Compliance is also here in the city of Newcastle, and they do all kinds of electronics testing. So it's like pretty widespread as far as the industries that are here. You go down into Ellwood City, and they have had their heavy industry down there that has been a success story over the years. That's Ellwood Forge down there. In Medco was certainly one. Unfortunately, they've just announced that they closed their facility, but they were there for a good long time also. When you go out to Union Township, you're basically looking at a lot of commercial development out there. And though that certainly is great for our community, it's not one that we really concentrated on from an economic development standpoint. It was more like produce products, export them outside the area, import fresh dollars, so that our businesses could grow and our workforce could be sustained.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers, fiercely local, fiercely loyal.